Carly, listen, you can interrupt everybody else on the stage, you can't interrupt me, okay? The fact is that we don't want to hear about your careers, back and forth and volleying back and forth about who did well and who did poorly. You're both successful people. Congratulations.
In the Impact segment tonight, we continue with our post-debate analysis. Joining us from Washington, Bret Baier and Brit Hume. So, Hume, any standout moments for you in this debate?
Well, I thought actually the one you just showed was kind of a standout moment, and I thought it actually was a weak moment for Chris Christie. These discussions by Fiorina and Trump of what they have done in business, which is the only record they have, are perfectly relevant to these discussions. And for him to bitch about it the way he seemed to be doing, I thought was unfortunate on a night in which otherwise I thought he did rather well.
Who do you think won the debate, Brit?
Oh, I think I agree with Charles. Carly Fiorina, I think, was the big winner tonight, despite the fact that, as Charles suggested, that she seemed a bit stern and even cross at times, and sometimes that doesn't come across very well. But she was extraordinarily authoritative, and her command of these national and international issues and the facts and details of the, of our military and its status and all that is quite impressive, especially for somebody who is outside of government.
All right, Baier, how did Trump do?
Well, listen, I think he had a decent night, probably middle of the road. But remember, he's leading by so much. He did not have an implosion moment. There was no attack that really killed him, I don't think, tonight. He had the most time, judging by the counters, almost 18 minutes.
Yep.
And, he really didn't have the great moment, but he didn't have a misstep either.
He didn't give a lot of information, though, a lot of new information. And I talked to him earlier this week, and I said, look, you got to expand it. It seemed that it was the same thing. And by the way, the person on the stage who got the least amount of time was Scott Walker at about 7 minutes. So the difference between Trump and Walker was 10 minutes of time. Now, Charles and I objected to the moderators doing the tabloid thing, particularly in the first hour. Any validity to our dissent on that, Brit?
I didn't mind the questions particularly. I don't mind it throwing out the red meat and letting them go at it. I think that's fine. It shows something about their command of things, their ability to retain their poise and be quick on their feet. There's nothing wrong with that. What I don't like is, and what I always objected to when I, like Bret, was moderating debates, was I hated the idea of being the time cop myself, because I think it annoys the audience and it annoys the candidates, and it's much better to have a bell or a buzzer go off, which tells the whole world that the candidate is over his time without involving the moderator in the role of interrupting. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Governor. And look, Jake Tapper's a good guy and a good journalist, but the CNN did him no service by having the time work that way.
And I don't know why they even had Hugh Hewitt and Dana Bash there.
Yeah, that was unusual.
They weren't even in anything. But
small a role.
What I would like to do, if I moderated a debate, I had a little electricity go into it, if they went over.
Kind of like a cattle prod?
Yeah, just like a little thing and then
little shot.
So, Baier, how about the moderator for you?
Well, listen, I agree with Brit. The thank you, Governor, thank you, Senator gets old. I think the big winner of the night is a buzzer or a bell in a debate. I think it helps move things along. I think Jake Tapper had a tough job, 11 people on the stage. There were some interactions there, but I think the first half of the debate, it felt like they were saying, as you mentioned, Donald Trump likes this for lunch.
Right.
Why is he wrong?
Right.
And I just
17 minutes for Trump and 7 for Walker. I mean, it was all about Trump for the first half of the debate anyway. Let's quickly give some numbers. A to F. Trump, Brit Hume.
I think a B, because I think his supporters will like his performance perhaps better than I do, but I don't think he was great tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
Trump,
B-minus.
B-minus. Rubio?
B+.
I say
A. A and B+. I thought he's strong, too. Fiorina?
A.
A-minus.
Carson?
C.
Really?
C-minus.
Why? Why did he poorly?
I think. Look, the magic of Carson was the moment when he made the comment about being an Trump being an okay doctor. That was humorous, good-humored, calm, the things we like about him, and charming. I think he held his own. I think he was fine. But there was nothing magic about his performance. And there really wasn't, as Charles pointed out earlier in the first debate either, but he made such a boffo closing comment and one comment just before that, if you end strong, as you know, Bill, in this business, it goes a long way, and it did in his case.
What about Jeb Bush, Brett?
I think Jeb Bush had a pretty good night. Look, he needed to do better than he's been doing. He needed to show a little gumption. He needed to show a little strength, and he did. He took Trump on the gambling in Florida. He took Trump on and defended his brother quite effectively. And if you noticed, Bill, I think the most sustained and loudest applause of the night came when he turned on Trump and said, "Well, he kept us safe." And he stopped there, and the applause was roaring. It was a mistake in this, I think, for these candidates to attack George W. and his father to a lesser extent, because after all, these people still have some real standing and admirers in the Republican Party, and this is a Republican debate.
Now I'm going to give Bear the rest of them. Cruz, how did he do?
I think he had a B-. I thought his addressing the camera was a little strange at times. It felt like he was forcing the interaction with the people at home. But listen, he has facts and substance. And on the battle with Jeb Bush over John Roberts, I mean, for a Republican electorate in this mood, it's a winner.
Okay, real quick. Kasich, Christie, Walker, and Huckabee, Brett.
I'd give them all. All. I think they're all were pretty average.
Okay. Bear, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Walker did himself some good, but didn't really stand out. He's going to have a long uphill battle to get back into this fight.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Bernie Goldberg up next. Then Senator Ted Cruz will be here. Karl Rove, Juan Williams, Mary Catherine Ham. All upcoming.